I got me a vocal coach, y'all. Whatever it is that makes me nervous, y'all, I am doing it, period. I want to be able to hold the things that God has in store for me. Do not settle with things that unsettle you. I was in it because I allowed myself to be in it, and I was literally normalizing a lot of things that were not normal. But the reason why God's not blessing you is because you're not listening to what he's telling you to do. We're not doing nothing but transferring demons because we're not facing our own demons. How can you expect something from somebody when you don't even expect it from yourself? Maybe you're expecting a lot from God and not expecting a lot from yourself. We're grown as hell. We're grown. We're not kids no more. So you wouldn't sacrifice yourself?
Oh my God. It's a little bit.
I'm not doing that.
Guess the child.
Why the you can't play Uno?
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you are.
Welcome back to my channel, y'all. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Maya, and in this video I am excited to share y'all 7 things that I learned this year in 2025. Today is December 31st, so countdown for New Year is literally in a couple hours, y'all. It's 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna go home with my friends. I'm gonna vlog my whole entire day, but I do want to start this video off just explaining 7 things that I learned this year, and I want to share it with y'all because hopefully y'all can take away something that I learned and take it into year 2026 like I will be doing, because we're not playing no games. Everything in your life happened for a reason, y'all, and we're supposed to learn our lessons and grow from them and not continue to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Like, what's up? But before I get into it, I just want to state that 2025 really honestly taught me a lot about faith, you know, just having faith in God, confidence, y'all, definitely big on confidence and self-validation, boundaries, and responsibilities. So the first thing that I learned was self-validation plus discipline equals confidence. Before I get really into it, I'm about to take this shower real quick, y'all. Take a shower with me. Happy New Year. It hasn't come yet. I'm gonna be drinking Bacardi all day today, so this is Bacardi, y'all. Let me take a shot because it's about to get real, okay? Period. Whew. To have confidence, you need to have self-validation, you need to have discipline. And this is how it makes sense. The reason why I lack confidence in singing, like, you know, every time I find myself singing on Sundays in church, I always find my voice shaking, even though I spent like hours prepping for this 1 minute and 30 seconds that I'm gonna sing on one day in church. I spent hours prepping all week, throughout the week, and while I am actually performing in church and singing, all that prep just goes away. Well, it doesn't go away because I'm learning how to catch myself and just build my capacity with being nervous. But it goes away because I am not confident in myself. So in order for me to get my confidence, I have to have self-validation. But I can't self-validate myself if I don't discipline myself to build my confidence, to get to where it is that I want to be, so that I can self-validate myself, so I can tell myself, you know what, I can sing. I can sing. I don't need their approval or their validation because I can self-validate myself. And in order for me to do that, I have to be disciplined with myself and to really get myself to where it is that I want to be, whether that's, you know, adding singing practice into my morning routines or just getting a vocal coach or whatever it is, and then just being disciplined with that. So whatever craft that you're working on or whatever it is that you find yourself lacking confidence in, find a way that you can discipline yourself to be able to self-validate yourself so that you can have the confidence that you need when you are doing whatever it is that you love to do in front of other people, so that you're not seeking that outside external validation, because I find myself doing that so much. So I am taking this into 2026 for me. I feel like it's just something I have to keep reminding myself. So what I did was I got me a vocal coach, y'all. So I will be being disciplined in my routines, making sure that I am singing every day, and just growing the parts where I try to find validation from other people and myself, so that I can self-validate myself and tell myself, you know what, I can sing. So that way on Sundays I'm more confident in myself and I can really connect with the people that I'm sharing my craft with. The reason why you get offended at certain things that people might be saying about you, or just anything that might be offensive to you, is because in the back of your mind, regardless of if you want to admit it or not, you believe that just a little bit too. You know, like you kind of feel the same way, and that is what knocks your confidence down. It's really you. It's really your self-rejection that believes it. Because if you didn't believe it, or if you really knew who you was, or if you was disciplined, you would be confident enough to know that, to allow other people to talk about you, because you know you already have that self-validation. So that's what we're working on in 2026, y'all. I really cannot wait to apply all of these lessons into my upcoming trials and tribulations, okay? All right, number 2, the second lesson that I learned was no one is coming to save you. Period. I know people hear this a lot, but I just want to drill it in your head, especially with it being New Year. I see a lot of people just saying New Year, new me, and it's only lasts for about like not even a week because it sounds good. End of the day, nobody's going to save you. The person that you want to become is not going to build themselves. Like, who do you think is going to do it for you? You say you want to lose weight. You say you want to get in the gym. You want to grow closer to your family members. Or you say you want to grow more friends. You say you want a relationship. You say that you want a girlfriend or you want a boyfriend. But what are you doing to get these things? It's not just going to come to you. That's not how life works. And if it did, I would hate that. Like, you know, I hate handouts, me personally. I love to work for the things that I have. I love to do my part. I'm learning to do my part as well. And that's why I told y'all to build y'all vision boards. Y'all, my vision board is over there and it looks so cute. This is a picture of my vision board. I'm literally gonna add so many more pictures. My vision board lacked, like, it had a lot of white space, and this year I don't want no white space on my board. So I'm gonna print out a lot more pictures as the year goes on. But this is my, like, you know, my standard. This is my base right now, and it's great, you know, centering with Jesus, with God. It's centered with God, and I know how I want to look at the end of 2026 and so on. So therefore, whatever vision that you have, whoever it is that you want to be, and you want to believe it, it goes back to just like, you know, being disciplined and building yourself into that person that you want to be. Whoever it is that you want to be, that you think that you're not, you have to realize that you have to do things that you've never done before. Like, all 2026, whatever it is that make me nervous, and I was talking about this in my last vlog, whatever it is that make me nervous, y'all, I am doing it, period. Like, I'm doing it. I want to be nervous. I want to be scared. You know, I want to build my capacity. I want to be able to hold the things that God has in store for me. The goal is to be nervous in 2026, y'all. Like, we're not being comfortable no more. I feel like we're wasting time. I'm 24 years old. I'll be 25 next year. I don't know about you, but time may wait on us, and I want to be more than where I am. Whatever it is in my life that I lack, I'm gonna become that. Like, period. Who's gonna stop me? Nobody but you will stop you from being the person that you want to be. Yet it's not gonna happen overnight, but if you really want to be what it is that you say you want to be, you will make it happen. You will figure out how to make it happen. Whatever else it is that you want in your life, I'm pretty sure you find a way to get it. So if you really want to take the time to build the person that you want to be, you will take the time to do that, period. Have no excuses. And if you want to live off of excuses, do you, boo, but I'm not on that type of timing. Okay? You literally have no idea what you're capable of, literally. You've been surviving. You've been doing the same exact things. Why? Because if you don't work, you don't eat. This, that, and the third. All these excuses. You chose the job that you chose. You're in the circumstance that you're in because you chose to be in those circumstances, or because you allowed these circumstances to happen. All along, it's on you. Everything is on you. Every excuse that you have to give is on you. And excuse or not, we all are getting older. You gonna live off excuses, or you gonna find a way to get through them? What you gonna do? Just truly ask yourself, what is stopping you from getting to your next destination? What is stopping you? Figure it out. Do the research. Do what it is that you need to do. Figure it out what it is you need to do, y'all, and get it done. Start, you know, one step at a time. Get it done, period. You only get one precious life. Live it in a way that makes you proud. You know, like when you get old and you on your deathbed, you should be able to look back and be like, wow, like, I really lived my life. Like, we should not have no regrets. And God gives us enough love and endurance to be able to change our lives around, whatever it is that we're in. Before I move on to the next lesson that I learned is, when you're an adult, your life, your happiness, your health, your healing, your social life, your friendships, your boundaries, your needs, and your success are all your responsibility. That is nobody else's job to get you where you need to be, period. I don't know if you needed to hear that, but I needed to hear that because I'm reading this Let Them book by Meg Robbins. It's all on me. If I don't have a social group, I need to build that. Nobody's going to do it for you, period. Next lesson. Oh, this is the biggest lesson that I learned, y'all. This is the biggest lesson that I learned in the past 3 years, okay? Do not settle with things that unsettle you. We need to stop normalizing that is not normal. Okay, it's okay for you to put your foot down and not be okay with things. No, it's time to start choosing peace over anything else, over anybody else. Okay, it is okay to sit alone if you need to, but normalizing that you're not okay with is just absolutely a no in 2026. Like, I know it is for me. I was literally doing things, or just in a certain circumstance, I was in it because I allowed myself to be in it, and I was literally normalizing a lot of things that were not normal, okay? Things that I've never experienced before in my life, and things that I would never be okay with if somebody else did it to me. But because it was this particular person I was with, I normalized it, and I will never in my life do that again. Never in my life. Because why? When you normalize things that are not okay with you, your body is telling you that it's wrong. So now you're self-reject. It's like you're abandoning yourself when you start to do that. You're abandoning God, because God is peace. God is discernment. You're literally ignoring everything that God gives you. You're ignoring his voice. But then you're the same person who ask God to show you this, that, and the third, but then when he show you, you don't do nothing about it. I'm literally guilty of this, y'all. So we're done settling for things and people that unsettle us. Stop thinking about why people do this, that, and the third, why people treat you a certain way, why are people like this, and why people this, that, and the third, and start asking ourselves, why do we tolerate it? Let people be who they are. They show us who they are, and they think that we're gonna stay. No, what you need to do is ask yourself, why are you tolerating it? Is this a reason? And your reason is valid. That's why a lot of people need therapy. A lot of the reasons why people be in relationships or have friends around them, or just be in certain circumstances, is because they have empty voids that needs to be filled, and they're not filling it on their own. But let me just tell you, y'all, God is the biggest filler of any void. But I'm gonna get to that. But yeah, y'all, you can't control what's going on around you. You cannot control anybody in your life, but you can control you. And that is the biggest power that we all have. All of us have that. Whatever we go through, we choose that. Choose. That's the word, choose. We choose that. So if you're in some mess and you're able to walk away, that's on you. That's your fault. You shouldn't be looking at nobody to come and save you. Like I said before in the last lesson, nobody is coming to save you. Save yourself. Let God save you, because he's always with you. He's always talking to you and telling you when something is wrong, when something is off. So it's gonna be up to you, y'all. Like, dang, it's just so much on us. Like, but we can handle it, because God's not gonna put us through nothing that we cannot handle, right? Exactly. Your time and your energy are the most valuable things for anybody or anything. You know, whatever it is that we putting our time into, or whoever we're putting our time into, that's not free. And if this thing that you're putting your time into, or this person is knocking your peace off, or just something is off about them consistently, we're not normalizing that no more. We're not settling for things that unsettle us. Period. Just one more thing to end off this particular lesson. God has blessings for all of us, y'all, as long as we're being obedient. But the reason why God's not blessing you is because you're not listening to what he's telling you to do. If that means leaving a specific job or a circumstance, or, you know, just a person, a relationship, whatever it is that he's telling you to do, you're not doing it. That's why it kind of feels like, you know, God's not listening to me. He's listening to you, you're just not listening to him. So you need to obey his commandments, y'all. You know what it is that he needs for you to do. You know what it is that he needs from you. So when it seems like, you know, he's like your blessings are being blocked, it's not that he's blocking you from your blessings. It's that he's blocking the people that you have around you, or the things that you're doing from your blessings. You know, he's protecting your blessings, but you're not letting go of what you need to let go so that he can give it to you, if that makes sense. I heard this in the video, y'all, and it made sense to me, okay? Period. The fourth lesson that I learned was intensity is not intimacy, y'all. And I need to reach this to all the young women, or just young people, because it could be for men too. Love is not supposed to be loud. It's not supposed to be loud. It's not supposed to be intense. It's not supposed to be persistent. Love is consistent, not persistent. And what I mean by that is, if you notice somebody just like pouring so deeply into you and they don't even know you, or if you notice somebody's trying to rush something with you, not really truly trying to get to know you, but like everything, it just feels intense, like the things that they're giving you, or just like the love bombing, all of that is not intimacy. And I know that it's easily mistaken with intimacy, but it's not intimacy. It's a form of control. It's very narcissistic, and it's not intimate. Real love is patient, it's kind, it's gentle, it's not intense. Okay, y'all, I think that's the quickest way that I can just give that. Love should not feel intense. Intimate relationships should feel like God's love. It should feel gentle. It should feel, you know, just very patient. I think patient is the word that I'm giving, because I feel like intense is the opposite of patient. Like intense is just like a pressure. It shouldn't feel pressure. Okay, and that's what I learned. Okay, and I'm just excited for my next relationship, y'all, because I know what I'm dealing with and what I'm not dealing with no more. Like, I'm so excited to see who my next man gonna be. Like, period. Like, no shade on anybody or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm excited for what God has in store for me, because I know what to look for and what not to look for, and I know how to like decipher God's voice from mine. You know, I'm not putting my plans before God's, and that's another lesson that I'm going to get into. It's only 7, y'all. So number 5 was don't make relations with empty voids, and I was kind of just speaking on that. We all tend to get into relationships before healing ourselves, and that's a big problem in this generation and in this life, in this timing of life right now. Okay, this is just a big problem that I'm seeing. I think it is the main reason why a lot of people are in trauma bonds or in circumstances that they shouldn't be in, and it's because they're not healing themselves before they get into new relationships. You're literally not learning your lesson that God is trying to teach you. Everybody is put in your life for a reason. You have to learn the lessons that God are trying to show you, or you're just gonna continue to repeat the same patterns. You know, you break up with this person, but you're gonna find that same type of person because you're not learning the lesson from that person. I feel like everybody has at least one empty void in their life, and it could be from a lack of love, or it could just be from anything. And that's why people need therapy. It's okay to have a therapist. It's not even okay to have a therapist. It's absolutely necessary to have a therapist in your life. Everybody, mental health is not nothing to play with in this lifetime, in this world. Right after high school, that's when everything get real. I don't know why people knock therapy at all, but it really is important to understand why we do the things that we do, why we keep the people that we keep in our lives. We're not doing nothing but transferring demons because we're not facing our own demons. So now you're in a relationship and you're fighting that person's demons. Like, demons that's not even yours, or they're fighting yours. Like, you know, like, you're blaming people for your happiness, and you're blaming people for this, that, and the third, but you're the same person who got into that relationship and you weren't happy yourself. It is nobody's responsibility to make you happy. That is your responsibility, like I just said before. People in your life are supposed to be the greatest source of happiness. People are supposed to add to your happiness. They're not supposed to be your happiness. I would just say to take care of yourself, love yourself. I feel like a lot of people want to be taken on dates. A lot of people want this to happen for them, but that's what I mean when I say people are getting into relationships with empty voids. Take yourself on a date. How can you expect something from somebody when you don't even expect it from yourself? You want to be taken on a date, but you don't go on solo dates. You don't do anything for yourself that you want somebody else to do for you, and that's why you have empty voids. The biggest thing that people should be chasing before anything else is peace and God is peace, period. So we know what that means. Chase God. And that is leaning into my next lesson that I learned in 2025 was grow a relationship with God, y'all. Oh my God, like, y'all, I was in something very, very messy that I thought I could not get out of, but literally after 2 weeks of getting closer to God, and I mean just doing devotionals every day. And you know what, I want to post a video in 2026, probably in like a couple weeks, of exactly how I built my relationship with God and everything like that, so y'all can see what I mean when I say grow a relationship with God and, you know, spend time with him and everything like that. God got me out of something I did not think I could get out of, and I literally mean that. Like, before I started talking to God and just building my relationship with him, I was stuck in something that I thought was going to kill me, period. And I'm not exaggerating. I thought that I was going to just die miserable. Like, I thought I was just gonna give my life away and just sacrifice my whole everything, my peace, my just everything, sacrifice my whole essence. But as soon as I started growing closer to God, I grew apart from things that was not for me, that was never for me. And I also realized that the things that I was going through, God was speaking to me that entire time. That lack of peace, that discernment that I always ignored, all of that was God. God is peace. God is discernment. God lives inside of you. When your body is telling you that something is off, believe it and act on it, because faith without action is dead. And that is my next lesson. Notice how it's so easy for us to just call on God when, you know, we need him. Like, you know, God help me, or God get me through this, that, and the third. But when God is telling you something, or telling you, you know, something is wrong, or like talking to you, you don't listen to him. So it's like, it's not even that, you know, we shouldn't expect him to listen to us when we don't listen to him, because God's love is not even like that. God's love is very enduring. But it's just like, you know, most of the things that you're asking God, he already told you or he already showed you. So I don't know, you should, like, that something you should think about, something that you should really think about. I feel like a lot of people mistake the situations that they're in with God, putting them in that situation. They, like, you know, a lot of people will probably be like, or probably just think like, you know, why would God put me through this? Or, you know, when they're in tough situations, they don't really turn to God because they probably just don't know how powerful he really is. But God don't put us through nothing, y'all. Okay, God gets us through everything. He gets us through every death that we've had to face in our lives, every death, you know, of a loved one. He gets us through every hardship, everything that he gets us through. We're not doing it on our own. Please don't believe you're doing it on your own. Like, be for real. You also have to believe that whatever it is that you're going through right now is God's protection, whether it's good or it's bad. Like, you know, whether something's not working out or whether something is working out, that is God's protection. You know, big on the ones that's not working out, though. A lot of people just like, you know, why is this happening to me? A lot of people are sad and, you know, broken, but that is God protecting you. If anything, you should be happy. You know what? I'm starting to learn to turn to God when things aren't going my way. That's when I really want to appreciate God. You know what? Because you don't even know what he's protecting you from. You really don't. So when things don't go your way, just remind yourself that maybe it's just not aligned with you, you know, and just also remind yourself that God's plan for you is always better than your own plan. So it might suck, feel what you feel, and grow from the lessons that God is trying to teach you, but never ever break yourself on something that didn't work out, because it's not supposed to. A lot of people are in relationships to find parental love that they never got when they were kids, and just all of this different reasons why people get into relationships or friendships with people that they know aren't good for them. You should know that God created you. God chooses you before anybody. God values you. He gives you dignity. He gives you worth. He chooses you before anybody else chooses you. And you should do the same. You should always choose God before you choose anybody else or anything else. Go to God. And like I said, I will tell you how to do that. I will show you how I did it. There's so many different ways you could do it. Just, you know, going to church, just listening to the word, downloading the Bible app, or just different, you know, maybe like a motivational apps or anything like that. But I'm going to show you how I do it because it really worked for me. But yeah, just one more thing before I end up this lesson is, how can you call on God's name? Like, you know, God gave you to this, or just whatever it is that you call on him for. How can you call on his name, but you don't even know when he answers? You won't even be able to tell when he's answering. I'm saying that to say, build a relationship with God so that you can know and you can decipher his voice from yours. And that's what I did. I had to really, because when I was in the situations that I was in, I was thinking that the way that I felt, I'm like, you know, okay, well, I feel this for a reason. Maybe it's God telling me that, you know, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But no, it's a difference between your feelings and God's word. It's a difference. It's a big difference, y'all. So go to a relationship with God. You won't be disappointed, and you will be drenched in his peace. You will be so drenched in his peace. And I promise you, this peace is like no other, bro. Like, it's nothing that you can pay for. Like, literally. It's better than anything in this world. Like, I promise you, anybody in this world, God's peace is better than anything. Lastly, faith without deed is dead. There are commandments that God gives us, and you will know when God wants you to do something. Something will be off. Your body will tell you. So you will know when God wants you to do something. You will know when you're doing something wrong. So faith without deed is dead means maybe you're expecting a lot from God and not expecting a lot from yourself. Ask God if there's something that you need to do, something that you need to be doing, and when he tells you what to do it. Like, that's your faith with deed. That's you believing in God and also doing what it is that you need to do, regardless of if you want to do it or not. Like, that's just what comes with it. Your happiness is tied to your actions, and God will help you get there. If something really bothers you, or if there's something that you really need from God, or just something that you really need to do, something that's just really off for you, you need to be finding ways, like putting some time and energy into changing that circumstance for yourself. Because like I said, nobody's coming to save you. That sound good. He will tell you, God will tell you when something is off. You will know when you're being disobedient, because there will be no peace. If there's lack of peace, you need to, you know what I'm saying, open the Bible or something. You need to do something. And actually, when there's a lack of peace and you're being disobedient and you know you're being disobedient, God will literally allow you to do that, allow you to do exactly what it is that you're doing and feel exactly the way that you feel until you turn to him and allow him to help you. But you have to help yourself, and you have to have faith that whatever it is that you're in or whatever it is that you need from God will happen or has happened. But yeah, y'all, so whatever it is that you have planned in your life, do not let it come before God, and ask him to reveal any desires or plans of yours that is not for you, or better, that are not from him, and he will remove it for you. Ask him to remove it. But yes, y'all, those were the 7 lessons that I learned in 2025, and I think that these lessons are gonna be here for a lifetime. I want to keep these alive, so this video is not just for you, it's for me as well. We're learning every day, y'all, and the key word of what I just said was learning. You have to learn from your mistakes so that you don't keep living the same things over and over and over again. Like, these years are flying. Like, the years are flying, y'all. Like, you're just wasting time. Like, we should be having fun. This life is not supposed to be about surviving. It's supposed to be about enjoying it, and it's up to you. So if you're gonna wake up mad, or if you're gonna wake up feeling a certain way, that's up to you to change it. Not all the time do we wake up just feeling like, oh my God. But you know what? Your day is gonna be what you make it. That's all up to you. We're grown as hell. We grown. We're not kids no more. So yeah, y'all, I just wanted to share that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you really apply one thing that I said into your year. I hope your year is beautiful, and I hope that you really pour into yourself, and I hope that you center peace before anything, center God before anything, and center yourself before anything. Take yourself on solo dates. Love yourself before you love anybody else, and know what peace is before you chase love. So that if love doesn't work out, if something doesn't work out, you know that there's a peace of mind, there's a peace in yourself, so that you don't have to deal with things that are not for you, y'all. And I am one to talk. I am one to talk. I know exactly what that means, and I know what it's like to not know what peace is in love. Okay, so all that being said, y'all, I will see y'all a little bit later on. We're gonna play a couple games, and we're gonna drink, y'all. So I look forward to that, and I'm gonna see y'all at Countdown. Thank you so much for listening, y'all.
Have you ever taken a call or texted during the sex?
What am I ask? Shakara, would you never have sex again in your life for $3 million? Yes. Yes?
What the fuck?
Diallo,
Bro, I'm chilling.
so you wouldn't sacrifice yourself? Okay, yeah, I wouldn't.
Why the fuck wouldn't I do that?
Yeah, that would be dumb as hell to kill everybody in there.
That's dumb as hell. Yeah, I fuck with that.
Yeah. We got 4 minutes to the countdown, y'all. Wait, so we taking shots, right? Yeah. 2026 is not ready for us.
I'm so giddy. Hold on, folks.
2026 is really not ready for none of us. Like, for real.
Oh, for real, it's really not.
Look at it.
Bro,
Yo,
I
what
tried
time
to
is it?
fix the one that was already fixed, and it's 59 right now.
You're
I'm finna go.
lying.
It's 59. And I got this shit up on the clock. Hey, hold on. Hey, listen, hey. It's almost like it's real, bro.
Oh my God.
It's a little bit.
Happy New Year! Happy New Year!
Open up, babe.
Happy New Year! Happy New Wait, they ain't doing no countdown. I thought it was gonna be like 10, 9.
Maybe it's the wrong one.
Happy New Year, y'all. They ain't doing no countdown, but hi. Bye. Yellow, go. Go, okay, go.
Restart it.
Nigga, just go. What are you waiting on?
I'm gonna go.
Where's the time to go, Ben? You shut up.
I'm not doing that shit.
That's the child.
Why the fuck we can't play Uno?
We can't. We just finna do this last one. Then we play Uno.
You said you gotta know math before you know Uno.
No.
You don't know none.